Hi, today's yoga practice has a core focus. So we are going to strengthen the back and the belly and the gluteal muscles and the hips and all of that goodness around the center of your body, really the full body, but we'll think about it starting our strength starting in our center. So let's go ahead and come down to the mat, lay down. We're going to start in a bridge pose. Take a few moments just to become grounded, to be here in this moment on your mat. We can walk our feet in nice and close to the body and try to line the feet up with the knees and the bony part of your pelvis, so that kind of tip of your pelvis there. Let's bring our arms by our side, and right away we can just kind of walk the shoulder blades down the back so that we feel spacious around the neck. Just take a breath or two here before we begin. Notice how you're feeling and how you're breathing. We will use the breath a lot today and connect it with our body's movement to help guide us. But it also helps us just feel more connected to the moment and a little calmer right inside of our challenges. With the next inhale, let's go ahead and lift into a bridge pose. As we exhale, we're going to roll back down. Let's do that again. So inhale here. As we exhale, we'll lift up into bridge. Now this time, as you roll down with your inhale, you can float your arms back behind you. With the exhale, we'll reach the arms forward and we'll lift the hips. We'll float the arms back as we drop the hips. Let's do that one more time. So lifting into the bridge. And then as we exhale, floating back here. Now this time we'll inhale to prepare. With the exhale, we're going to lift the knees above the hips and then reach past the hips. So a little ab curl. So let's try that a few times. So inhale, just drop the feet. And then exhale and curl it up. Let's do that twice more. Inhale down. Exhale, rib cage slides to the hips. We're tucking the chin, contracting the belly. One more here. And let's hold this one. Good. Now, as we drop this time, can you also lift your hips? So go ahead and come all the way up into the bridge. And then as you drop this time, curl up again. And maybe this time you want to straighten your legs. You don't have to. So let's drop the feet close, float the arms back, lift the hips high, and then drop the hips. Curl up and reach through your legs. Two more like that. So inhaling into bridge. Exhaling into that abdominal curl with the legs lifting if that feels okay. And then one more time here. And curl up. Good. This time, just drop in, hug the knees to the chest, drop the head. You can move the head a time or two, maybe turn it side to side. So we're going to keep going with some similar work, but we're just going to add some challenge so you can always come back to what we were just working with. Let's drop the left foot down. We're going to straighten the right leg up. And just a couple times here, you can drop the right leg down to the ground and then lift it up. So see how that feels. We're looking for a little hamstring stretch through the back of the leg. Some work through the hip flexors as we're lifting. Good. One more here. We're going to hold it up. Now, if it works, we're going to drive down through that bottom foot and lift into a single leg bridge. If this doesn't feel okay, just go back to your traditional bridge. Let's inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to drop that lifted leg, extend the opposite one, and curl up. So we're going to keep working with the same side the whole time. So drop that left foot down, lift the right toes up, press into bridge. And then as you curl up, split the legs. Good. Let's do that two more times. So inhale, single leg bridge. Exhale, curling up, scissoring the legs. One more time. Nice. Let's hug it in and rest. Let out some exhales that feel nice and relaxing and releasing here. We're going to do the other side in just a moment. So let's drop the right foot to the floor. The left leg will lift straight up. We'll just drop that left foot down and then lift it up again. We can use the breath, so we can inhale and exhale. Good, one more like that. We'll hold this one up and then try that single leg bridge lift. Drop the other leg if that's better for you today. So this is an inhale. As you exhale, we come out of the bridge, we curl up, we switch the legs. Good, come back to that same side, lift up, lower down, split. Good, two more. Curl up, scissor the legs. One more. And relax. Very good. Let's see how it would feel to lift both legs up for a few breaths. Notice how the belly has to work here to help support the legs. Good. Then we'll just rock on up and we're going to change our positions now. So let's come to a tabletop. Might feel nice to take a few rounds of cat and cow. Just notice how you're doing through your belly and through your back and through your gluteal muscles and around the hips. Good, one more of each. Let's come to neutral and we'll take spinal balance. We do this one a lot, but it is truly so good for us. So many things happening here. We're stretching and we are strengthening, we are balancing, and we are breathing. We are really benefiting the brain by working the right and the left side of the body at the same time. Let's move the arm and leg out to the side and then move it back to the center. Can you do that 3 more times? So inhale out wide. Try to keep the torso still. Exhale back to the center. Twice more. Good. Last one here. Hold it in the center. We're going to drop the arm, but can you now cross the leg over to the opposite corner of the mat? So you can let the toes land. It's kind of crossed over here. And then we're just going to turn and look in that direction and take a look at that foot that has crossed to the back corner of the mat. Good. And then we'll come back to the center. Let's go into the spinal balance one more time, same side. And then we'll take the hand down again. This time, do you have room to bring the leg all the way out to the side now? Okay, and we're just going to take a little bit of movement here. See how that feels. So maybe some cat and some cow, some shifting forward and back. We're just exploring that inner hip and inner thigh. Good. Last time on this same side, spinal balance one more time. Good. Now let's do all of that to the other side. I'm going to shift a little bit so I'll have room to extend that leg eventually. But we're going to go forward and back, left arm, right leg. Really stabilize your center now, and let's go out to the side. So inhale, exhale back to center. 3 more like that. Choosing your own range of motion. Focusing on the stillness, the strength, the stability that's happening in the center of the body around the spine. Good. One more time like this. Forward and back, hold. Arm drops, the leg is going to cross over to the opposite corner. Once the toes have tucked, you can turn and take a look that way. Good. Back to center, spinal balance again. So good for us here. Let's drop the arm. This time bring the leg all the way up out to the side. And then just take some movement here. A little bit of cat and cow action. A little bit of forward and back shifting. Just some nice exploration of the spine and your hips. Good. Let's visit the spinal balance one last time on that same side. A big breath in. And then with your release, you could find child's pose. Might feel nice to wiggle your fingers, roll your wrist, and just rest for a little bit here. Focus on the exhale breath. From the child's, we'll walk the hands out a little bit further. We'll spread the fingers a little bit wider. We're going to tuck the toes under and lift the hips and come into downward facing dog. Take any movement or shifting that feels good for you here. And then let's come into plank. Feel your strong core here. So almost like you have a little corset of support around your low belly and your low back. Firm up the legs, lift up the head. Feel yourself very long, very strong here, very connected. Let's shift a little bit. We'll lower down. We're going to take a baby cobra. So roll the shoulders back. We'll tuck the chin here. And then we'll exhale again. Let's pull back again into downward facing dog. We're going to do that vinyasa one more time. So we'll come forward to plank again. We're going to hold it for a few more breaths. You can always drop your knees here. Lift the head up, shift the shoulders back, find the breath. Firm up the lower half. Connect in your center. Then we'll shift and lower, and you can take the up dog this time if you wanted to, or stick with that lower baby cobra. Let's pull back, down dog or child's pose. Good, we'll drop to the knees, and now we're going to lower down to the forearms. So similar to what we were just doing, we're just going to be in a dolphin now instead of down dog. So elbows beneath the shoulders, we'll tuck the toes again, lift the hips, and come into our dolphin. So press strongly here beneath the forearms. Feel spacious and strong around your shoulders. Feel support coming from your center as your navel just draws gently towards the spine. We're going to come into a deep dolphin. So you're going to shift forward, but then we can also walk the feet back a little bit. So we're kind of in that low hover plank now. Same principles as when you're in that long arm plank. Just engage the lower half and connect in the center and lift the head. So keep a nice alignment. Keep breathing. We'll drop the knees. Let's drop the hips. We're going to spread the arms and come into Sphinx pose. So another little back bend here. From this place, let's come into relaxed crocodile for a few moments. So we're going to spread the elbows wide, stack the hands, rest the forehead on top of the hands, and just kind of melt in here. Melt in around your chest, your shoulders, your belly, your legs. Feel the exhale breath. So we're going to come out of this relaxed spot with some work. So feel how your head is kind of melted to the back of your hands. See then if you can lift up the head and the arms. So really engaging your strong back body. And if that felt okay, go ahead and lift up your legs as well. And then we'll extend the arms forward. And we'll take a really big breaststroke back into locust pose. Streamline the body here. Tuck the chin. Let's inhale. As we exhale, we're going to tuck the toes, push up through plank, and pull all the way back, downward facing dog. We will come to standing just one time. So let's walk the feet forward. We'll meet in the middle of the mat in a forward fold. And then we'll climb up halfway. Feel the belly supporting the spine here in the half fold. And then let's bend the knees and shoot out into chair pose. Lots of core connection here. So hugging back, shoulders down. You can lift the arms higher if you'd like. You could even float and bring the heels off of the floor. Connect in your center as we stand up. Maybe we're still floating, reaching here. And then hands to the heart. Let's find our core connection, our core support here in our standing mountain. So feel that belly lock, feel the pelvic floor lift. Just feel yourself connected there, standing a little taller and a little stronger because of it. We'll reach to extended mountain and then swan dive all the way back down. We're going to come back into a down dog, maybe a child's pose. Take a breath or two there. We'll come through the vinyasa another time, adding just a little option on here. So as we come to plank, knees or toes, we're going to pivot open to the long edge of the mat for a side plank. So your bottom knee can be down or not. You can stay like this. If it works, really open up the chest on the inhale and then extend out at a diagonal on your exhale. Let's reach it back up. Inhale. Complete the vinyasa now. Exhale. Back bend of choice as you breathe in. So cobra or upward facing dog. And then child's or downward facing dog. We'll do all of that again. So coming forward to traditional plank and then opening up to side plank or the kneeling variation. Open the chest on the inhale, and as an option, you can extend at a diagonal on the exhale. We'll lift back up, breathe in. We'll close the pose, come to chaturanga as we exhale, and then bend back, nourish the spine here with a breath in, and then pull back and breathe out. Good. Let's finish up on our backs. So we'll swing the legs around. Come all the way down. Just hug it in here. No worries. We're going to finish with one last belly exercise. It's just a crisscross, a cross crunch. So let's bring the fingertips behind our head and the knees above the hips. You're just going to switch here, shoulder to opposite knee. You can be doing alternating toe taps, or you can extend out here. Find a breath rhythm that works for you. Keep breathing as you keep twisting. Shoulder towards opposite knee. Elbows are nice and wide. We're just doing it one time, so we're going to stay here long enough to really feel the work, create a little bit of a belly burn. Make sure we know it's working. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in, relax. So kind of bookending the practice here with our bridge pose. So feet in close, let's lift the hips up. Let the belly relax now as you firm up the underside of the body. Good, then we'll melt back down. We're going to extend the legs out and reach the arms back behind us. So taking a full body stretch, really lengthening the belly, feeling the stretch through the back and the side body. Let's hug the right knee into the chest, and then we'll just guide that right knee over the body for a twist. Good, let's hug it back to the center. Let's stretch out again. So all the way out here. And then left knee comes in, give it a little hug. Cross it over the body. Good, back to the center here. Let's stretch out one more time, one more full body stretch. And then as you let the stretch go, just get comfortable. You could bring your arms back down by your sides. You could separate the feet and the legs a little bit. You could close your eyes. Spend some time here. Feel the center of your body. Feel how strong it is, how hard you've worked. Feel your connection there and recognize that your strength and your support comes from this place. Stay here and rest a little longer. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.